Hello, Your Honor. This
Hello.
is a case of McArthur versus Veals.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Good day, everyone. Ms. McArthur, you claim you've recently learned the man you are in love with could possibly be your biological brother.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Veals, you agree that this discovery has turned your lives upside down, and you say you've recently received some even more shocking news. Now, Ms. McArthur, explain to the court what makes these results so important to you both.
Well, they're important to me because I just found out that Mr. Veals might be my biological brother and I'm pregnant.
Okay.
Can I tell you how it all started? We have a mutual friend that he came out to Pennsylvania with from Texas. And me and him started seeing each other on the side. Like, I didn't know anything about him being my brother or anything. Then me and him ended up getting serious and he ended up moving in with me. We just took it from there. Like, I never knew anything about him.
It kind of got my mind blown. Like, back in February, I recently went to one of her family reunions. I ended up seeing some of my cousins.
Soon as you walk in, you see some cousins.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
I know some of my family on my dad's side.
But
I
I
don't know
was
them like
looking
that.
shocked,
But like I've met him like, you know what I'm saying, like once or twice in my life.
I'm shocked.
So
Because I didn't know that he knew any of the family members. I was thinking that he probably met them through our friend that we have in common.
And so, wait a minute, Mr. Veals, so you never knew your father?
last time I seen my father, I was around 4 years old. So I never really had like, you know what I'm saying, a relationship with him. Like I never really conversed with him like that. Like he just really wasn't in my life like that. So
Ms. McArthur, did you grow up knowing your father?
Yes, I did. My mother and my father was married. He was always there with me and my brothers, except for when he was on the road because he was a truck driver. But I never seen Jeremiah because all of our cousins, like my uncles and my aunts, they would come get us for the summer to go to my grandma and spend time with my grandmother, and all the cousins and nieces and nephews would be there, and he was never there. And that's how I got to know like all my other brothers and sisters that I have with us just sharing the same father.
like when I was younger, I actually felt like I would run into some type of situation like this because I know my father just was always, you know what I'm saying, a reckless man, honestly, you know what I'm saying. He was driving trucks and he was just in hotels, you know what I'm saying, spending money on different women. So I knew he was just bound to have other kids that I never knew about, you know what I'm saying? So
We don't even know if that's his father.
But when you all met and started dating, you didn't feel any type of brother-sister connect. You had no idea.
Nah, because I never met Miss McArthur ever in my life,
Right.
like ever.
We had a connection, but it wasn't like a brother and sister connection. Like I really love him. Like if
Like,
we're
she's
not
like my
brothers
other
and
half,
sisters, I
honestly.
really want to
I
be
ain't
with
gonna
him, and I want to keep the baby. But I know that it's a possibility that he could be. If that's the case, I'm going to choose adoption for one of my options.
That's ridiculous.
Like, honestly, this whole situation
That's
really
ridiculous.
makes me, you know what I'm saying, I kind of get woozy about it every day. Like, ever since February, ever since I found out about us possibly being related, like, my mind ain't been right since at all.
Well,
like,
I can only imagine. You go to a family reunion and your girlfriends, you're not thinking to A, see your cousins, and then B, figure out that you may be related.
Exactly, it's a small world.
So not only do you see your cousins at this family reunion, did anything else happen to make you think you were siblings when you were there?
When I looked in the pictures, I see like his baby pictures. Some of them look like my little brother's pictures. And then
Like, I really do
now the
seem like
picture
my-
of my father, he kind of resembles my father too.
When you were at the family reunion, did anybody else say anything to you, Miss McArthur?
Yes, my auntie, she pulled me to the side. She was just like, I'm not going to look at you funny because like my mom and my other aunts was there and they was looking at me funny in the face. And she pulled me to the side. She was like, I'm not going to look at you funny in the face. That might be your brother, and whatever y'all got going on, y'all need to cut it out until you find out.
You said they were looking at you funny in your face, meaning you knew as soon as you walked in, they were giving you a
something
side
wasn't
eye.
right.
Something wasn't right.
Right. And she showed me that picture that she has there and said that his mom had sent her that picture a long time ago.
Mr. Veals' mom
Sent it, I guess,
sent that picture to your aunt, the picture when he was a little boy.
yeah, from my
To
dad.
your aunt.
And she had it in the book the whole time, but I never knew they called him Jay. I didn't know it was Jeremiah.
Did they say this little boy was your father's child or might be?
It might be like a possibility.
But it was in the family album.
My aunt never told me. My sister, it was my older sister who told me that it was a possibility that he could be my brother, and that was like while we was growing up. It was there, but there's like 4 or 5 other kids that could be my father's too.
But when when your sister said this is a possibility that this little boy Jay could be your brother, you of course never equated it to Jeremiah when you met him. You didn't even know they were the same 2 people.
No,
How could you
ma'am.
not? How could you not?
I was
could you
never
not?
around
So,
him. He was in a whole nother
At
state.
this point, you meet, you fall in love, you're in a relationship.
Love.
Yes, ma'am.
And your family just pulls you to the side and says, whatever you got going on, drop it, because that might be your brother.
Yes, ma'am. But they also wanted us
So
to just
did
not.
you drop it?
We did for a while. We tried to, but our feelings was too strong for
You
each
didn't
other.
drop
like,
it in.
we had, when I say a slip up, we had sex 2 more times prior to that, after that.
And now you're pregnant.
Yes. I have my ultrasound.
Can you hand that to me, please? And so when you found out you were pregnant, because this ultrasound most certainly is proof that you are, what was the conversation? When you found out you were pregnant, because this ultrasound most certainly is proof that you are, what was the conversation?
When we had first started seeing each other, we wasn't really together. Like, we was just having sexual encounters at the time.
Okay, so it was not a committed relationship.
Yeah, he asked me if I had any brothers or sisters, and I told him that I did have siblings out there, supposedly, but I never met them, and my father never took a paternity test for them as he did with all the rest of his kids. So me and my brothers and sisters, we was basically like, they're not his kids, or he would have, they would have did the DNA test. So Jeremiah told me not to say that because he knows how it feels to not have a father. And the whole time I didn't know that we could be brothers and sisters.
This is making you very emotional, and I can understand. I can't imagine dating a young man and finding out that he could possibly be my brother. Is your emotion because you're hurt? Do you feel fearful? Are you scared?
I feel all of it.
What is it?
I feel disgusted. I feel scared. I feel angry.
And the anger is because
I'm mad that my father and his mother, like, they kept it on the hush so long. Like, this would have never even happened if we would have known about each other.
exactly, you're angry because you would have known that this type of relationship was off limits, because I'm sure if you would have known when you met that you even might be brother and sister,
we
you
would've
all
never
would have probably
engaged in it.
not opted to go out on a date.
Right.
We hope so.
You're right about that.
How does the relationship stand right now between the two of you?
I still
It's-
love him. I love him to death. It's a feeling that because it was already too late, we already had those feelings.
And we already had, you know what I'm saying, we already had a nice friendship or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We just vibe that way. Like, we just really, like, she like my other half. I really do have love, you know what I'm saying? I love her. Like, she
We
really
was
the love
making
of my
plans
life.
to get married
So,
and everything.
So you were making plans to get married, you want to marry him, and you want to marry her.
I do, Your Honor.
Until that day at the family reunion, when someone pulled you aside, that was your plans, or you all were going to be together.
Yeah.
Have you done any research to figure this out? Have you talked to other family members, tried to
Nobody
figure out?
wants to talk about it.
Nobody
Everybody
wants to
just
talk
wants
about it.
Brush it under the rug.
I try to ask my mom about my father all the time and, like, you know what I'm saying, possible other siblings I may have. But my mom is just really secretive about that. She just really wants to keep that out of my life. I don't know if she feels like that's a negative side that I shouldn't tap into or something. But, like, my mom is real religious. She just really don't want that for me, I guess.
This whole thing really got me stressed out.
What is it, Miss McArthur?
If that is my biological brother, my baby could come out with Down syndrome or anything.
Well, we do know that there are medical concerns when people who are related biologically produce children. And no matter what the results are today, I want you to know that the court will provide resources for you.
Like, I just want people from the outside looking in, like, it could really have a person, like, psychologically, like, confused, like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? So
No, I respect that.
Yeah.
It hits home for me because one of those rites of passage, or I would say in relationships, are those times where you take that person to meet your family.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody in this room could ever imagine taking that person and then getting pulled aside and delivered this news. It's unbelievable, almost.
It makes me want to throw up, like just thinking about it.
Mr. Veals, you brought a witness today, and I'd like to hear from him. Sir, please stand up at the podium. State your name for the court.
My name is Cameron Williams.
Mr. Williams, thank you for joining us. You are Mr. Veals'
Brother.
brother.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you know about this situation?
It's kind of funny listening to her tell this ridiculous story of how she claims she didn't know or she had no idea when she first met him, but she's told him before how her sister let her know that she could have a brother with the name Jay.
Yeah, Jay, not Jeremiah.
Jay, for you, for
He
someone
lives in
to,
a whole
for
nother
someone,
state.
for someone to come, that don't make no sense. That's irrelevant.
He was
for
in
someone,
Texas
for you,
and I was
for
in
you
Pennsylvania.
to get into it physically with somebody
Your
by
Honor,
the name
I
of
never
Jay,
even met this
and it's
man
a
before. This is my
possibility-
first time ever seeing him.
And it doesn't matter if
I
it
don't
was
know
the
why
first,
he's
if it was
here
the
anyway.
100th, or
Let
the
me-
1,000th
let
time
me-
you've seen
I
him.
don't
Hold
even
on.
understand why he's here.
Now, are you suggesting to this court that throughout her life she should have never ever dated anyone that had a name that started with the letter J?
Not at all.
Thank you.
Because it could potentially be her brother?
If they would have maybe just possibly took it a little slower, try to look at the history right then, we
So let
may
me
not
ask you
have
something
been.
on the flip side,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Williams. When your brother says, hey, I met a girl, I really like her, do you say to him, well, you better make sure she's not your sister?
No, not at all.
It doesn't make any sense. I understand why the situation could make you a little uncomfortable, but to accuse them of almost being negligent, and that's why this happened, is another thing. And I don't see
I'm
the
not
negligence.
accusing him at all. I'm accusing her.
Why?
I know that because
Hold on. Why are you accusing
because
her?
she has way more family history than he does. He's blind, very easily influenced. I know I've done it. For her to be 11 years older than him, I have in my head that she does know. That even if they're not brothers and sisters, they could possibly even
But
be
how would
related.
I know? How
to
would I
even be
know that
related,
if he
period.
just came from a whole nother state? I didn't even meet him until the day that the boy brought him into
And
my
Mr.
house.
Williams, I just have to ask you, because you stand there and you appear to be a very intelligent young man. I need you to tell me why would a beautiful young woman like Ms. McArthur decide in her mind that, you know what, I've waited this long to get into a relationship, I've waited this long to have a baby, I've waited this long to get married, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up here and I'm going to get with this guy that might be my brother. That don't make any sense. You can't tell me a woman is going to go out and purposely get pregnant by her half-brother.
You can't really say what the next person might do. There's a lot of crazy people in this world.
But I don't
And
understand
really-
how he's judging me and he never even met me. This is
It
the
doesn't-
first time
it
that
doesn't
he
be-
met
It doesn't
me.
matter. I'm very close to my
You
brother,
know what?
and he lets
I
me know.
always keep witnesses up until I feel they don't have anything left to say that's valuable. This would be your time to sit down. You two now are at the place where you're not together.
No, we're
As a
sleeping in
couple.
separate rooms.
You live in the same house, but you sleep in separate rooms.
That's right.
Yes.
And are you still intimate at this time?
We was like a couple weeks ago, but not since then.
Yeah. But like on another note, like ever since I met her, I always been like, you know what I'm saying? It feel like I knew you before or something.
I feel like you're
Oh.
my soulmate.
Like, it's just a connection I have with, like, I've never met her in my entire life.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, that just adds another layer of eerie mystery to this, because as you say, you felt like you've known her before. You know, when you meet someone, a lot of people say, oh, I felt like I've known you all my life. And that's a cliche for,
But
we really...
It was like a joke, like in a past life or something. that we
People
was
say
talking
they
about.
feel like that in relationships, and that's how they say they knew it was the one. And in your case, now you all are in the unfortunate position of trying to figure out, is this feeling because we just hit it off and we have synergy? Or is this the feeling that we've already met and we know each other because we share biology?
Yeah.
Truthfully, no result has ever meant as much as this in this courtroom. This is not just for you both.